Welcome back to Tasty Tips with Chef Tip. And today we're doing chicken pot pie with puff pastry. All right, so it's gonna be a meal that when you get home, it'll probably take you about maybe a half an hour. It looks great, but it's easy to make. All right, come on, let's get started. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna saute, sweat some garlic, meaning on low heat, okay? All right, so just get that pan hot. And the recipe that I have in the Lighthouse article goes for raw chicken. Today we're gonna do already cooked. So what you could do is either steam it, which I like, or boil it because it'll give a nice soft texture. Or you could do as the recipe calls, which you could do a slow sweat or saute. But today we're gonna go ahead and since this is a live show, we're gonna go ahead and use the already cooked chicken, all right? I have the same amount, which is about 2 pounds, okay? So let's get started. So we're gonna take our hot pan, we're gonna add the butter, okay? Put it all in there. The next, you're gonna go ahead and add your garlic. You can use fresh, chopped, minced, whatever. Put it on low heat, okay? You don't want to burn your garlic, nor the butter. So once that gets golden brown, you're taking all the flavor out of the garlic, okay? Next, once that gets ready, you're gonna take your flour. So basically, for a lot of people that cook, you already know this. Butter and flour becomes a roux, okay? It's a thickening agent, which we'll thicken the pot pie with, okay? So while we get that going, you're gonna go ahead and add your flour. You wanna make sure you go ahead and mix it thoroughly through. Once it's all mixed together, this is what you'll get. You'll get the consistency of like wet sand, okay? Now, if you didn't know this, which I learned a long time ago, actually in culinary school, the longer you cook a roux, the stronger it becomes. So now, and also there's 5 roux. It starts from the bottom, blonde. Blonde being the lighter color, okay? So, which way for the pot pie, we're gonna go ahead and use a blonde roux. Now for like a gumbo, you're gonna do a dark roux. And like I said, the longer you cook it, the stronger the roux will be. So you go ahead, it's just like that. And now next, you're gonna go ahead and simmer up your chicken stock, okay? You can get the chicken stock from the store, or you could use a bouillon and add it with the water, okay? And now as you're putting the chicken stock in, you want to make sure you whisk it really well. Okay? You don't want to get it all clumped. Get it in there. And as you're whisking, you can see the consistency starting to get stronger. Keep it on a medium heat, okay? Now after that, go ahead and add cream to it. Put about half of the heavy cream in there because you want to make sure it all mixes together. Then add the other half. Okay. So after that, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit at a time and the sage, a couple of pinches, okay? There you go. And you want to add some fresh lemon. to give it a little bit of hint of flavor to, okay? Now I bet you're thinking, wait, cream and citrus, they don't go together. No, they don't, but they do. Lemon will enhance the flavor, and you don't want to add too much, right? Just a little bit. There you go. A little bit. Now, if you want, you could add if it's too thick for you, you could add a little bit of water. The reason I'm adding a little bit of water because when you put it in the oven, it's gonna get even thicker. So just a little bit. All right. Okay. So that's all mixed together. And now, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my chicken, my cooked chicken, all right? Put it in. I went ahead and you could go ahead and sweat or saute your vegetables beforehand and have them ready. Or you can blanch them, whichever one. You can add them. All right? And then your peas. Add them there. There you go. So now, when this is all mixed together, you could use a pie dish, or you could use a glass dish, a square, a round, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And if you had like a pie dish like I do, a crust, I just went ahead, I had a raw one. You can make one or you could buy it right from the local market, and then just cook it, defrost it for about 10 minutes, and then pop it in the oven just like this for about 15 to 20 minutes on 350. All right, take it out. Once it has a nice color like this, just take it out and let it cool off, okay? So now, the point of having everything together like this, you want to make sure it's nice and hot because you want to go ahead and insert it into the pie dish, all right? Or crust. Because we're going to use puff pastry today. So puff pastry is only going to take about 15 minutes to cook. So therefore, your chicken, if you put it in there cold, it's not going to have enough time to heat up. Now you can go ahead and add a pinch of salt and pepper, whichever one you, if you like it stronger. Myself, I don't like that too much salt. So add a little bit just for flavor. Go ahead, make sure it's nice and hot. Then what you're gonna do is go ahead, take it over right to the pie crush or dish, and then scoop it in. Wow, it's nice and thick. This is such a great recipe for a cold day like today. There you go. All right, beautiful. This recipe will probably feed about 4 or 5 people. Okay. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a lattice crust. Okay. Lattice means diamonds or crisscross, whichever way. I'm sure many of you made this before. Did a crust like this before. All right. So it's real simple. You just take your puff pastry or your dough, whichever one you want to use. But like I said, I use puff pastry because it's a lot quicker. And this is, I try to keep the recipes nice and easy and quick, okay? So you want to go ahead and do like 1/2-inch strips. And this will take probably about 10 strips altogether, 10 to 12. Okay. So what you're gonna do is start with your first one and go right there. All right, start at the end. You can make them as thick or thin as you want. So I'm gonna do 5. All right. So 5. Let's move it over a little bit. All right, now, this is all about the crisscross, right? The lattice. So come on over. So what we're gonna do is, see these? We're gonna lift these up first, just like that. You're gonna go right in the middle. Take one, put it down, okay? Then you're gonna take this down. Then you take these, and the middle one, take another one, criss it, okay? Down. Now you're gonna take the first two, like this. Go ahead and put them down. See that? Now, I'm gonna turn the pie around to yourself and do it on the same thing on this side. So what do? We lift these two up. Put it down. Okay. Last once. There you go. Take your strip. There you go. See that? All right. So now what we have is, we have a bunch of extra pieces on the side, right? So you just want to go ahead and trim them off. The reason I'm trimming them off, usually you could pinch them and make a nice little fold for the crust. But since I'm using a pie crust already, I already have that. So I'm just going to go ahead and pinch them off. Just give a nice trim around. All right. Ah, beautiful. All right, so now our last ingredient, which is egg wash. It's egg wash is just you could put it's just 1 egg yolk, scramble it, and just you can put a little water if you want, but not too much because you want to get the reason we're gonna do this to make this nice and golden brown. So just go ahead and brush it. There you go. Make sure you get all the areas, All right, great. That's it. Now we're gonna pop it in the oven. It's already nice and warm, but you want to pop it in the oven on 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Keep an eye on it. Make sure it's nice golden brown. Take it out. All right, let's go. All right, when you're finished, it looks like this. Oh, see how nice and fluffy it is, and it still looks pretty? All right, that's our recipe for today. So join us back next month here with Tasty Tips with Chef Tiff, and happy holidays from my home to yours. Bon appetit.